Mr. Kobi. I've got him on my GPS collar here. We're going to do some tone and vibration recall training for him. This will give the parents another option for recall when he's off leash, because they also requested off leash training as well. Using the freedom leash, because this will give us more space to practice before there's any tension. You just want to make sure that when you are using this to be paying close attention to the surroundings and be ready to lock it in case there's cars or other pups or kids. He's been doing really well. We've been warming up with just his name and just following us in general, right? And just using the tone as a way to redirect his focus back into me for a treat or a reward. And the way that I've been doing that with him, you'll see here, is just when he kind of goes out. I'll let him pee first though. Okay, good boy. Guess you didn't have to. Good boy. He's getting to the point where it's difficult to get him to not focus, which is good. Got some treats still with us. Good boy. Trying to wean him back onto his kibble. It made his stool a little loose again, so going back to the rice and chicken, and then we'll try to slowly add back into kibble. We'll still have a weekend left, so I want to try to make sure that he's still regular for his parents. It's been making his potty training a lot easier though, just because he's only had to go once or twice a day. And it's usually around the same times now, either in the earlier mornings or the later evenings. Good boy. So he's just getting distracted by some of the kids that are walking around. Good boy. He's just kind of paying attention here. Good boy. Haven't actually used anything yet, but like I said, it'll be on vibration. And this will be good for, like, if you're out camping or hiking or at the beach. You want just a little bit more freedom and mobility without him, especially with going in the hiking in the woods. The training leashes and even the freedom leash here can end up getting tangled up or wrapped around trees pretty easily. So just trying to get him more reliable on just refocusing and then following us. And I'll show you how we start that here. So I'm waiting for him to not pay any attention, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to vibrate the collar and then change direction at the same time, and then I'll reward him when he catches back up to me in a heel. Good boy. There you go. Good boy. Sorry, running out of hands here. I want him to heel with me for a bit and focus. Good boy. Okay, go ahead. Now we'll just go a different direction. And this is really good to practice outside when there's plenty of distractions. Okay. Once again, we're gonna let him, good boy. I'm still gonna promote him staying next to me or redirecting on his own, right? But now he has the opportunity to go out a little bit further to pee or something. He's changing his mind to come back. And during the recall practice, you could always just pepper in his name, right, as well, to make sure he's still responding to that. Good boy. I didn't do anything. There we go. So here, go ahead and press it. Yes, good boy. He comes back into the heel. maintains focus for a bit. Good boy. Gets a reward. Okay. Perfect. And then I'll let him go on his way again. Okay. Good boy. So that time he just hit the end of the leash and came back. Good boy. Good potty. Good job. Okay. A school bus coming. Gonna go ahead and vibrate. Turn. Good boy. Did it just as he was running out of leash. Boy. Okay. This will be good because we have distractions coming up front there. The kids being offloaded. Oh, it's just one person. Yes, good boy. I didn't need to press anything. Kobi. Good boy. Good job. But yeah, while you're out, you can always alternate between his name and the leash pressure for recall. The reason why trying not to do leash pressure is because we want him to practice recalling and not feeling a tug on the leash. But the way that you can kind of associate the two is once he hits the end of it to also vibrate, to have that boundary. There you go. Good boy. And that just helps to make more impact when he does feel the tension on the leash. And you do that often enough that when you vibrate, he almost feels like he's being pulled back as well. So we're just going to continue on with some positive conditioning. It's a good way that he can kind of get out and mark up some things. Use the bathroom, good boy. And we can still be productive at the same time. It's a good idea to either alternate leash work and then recall practice. So there's a pup over there that's distracting him, right? So we're gonna go ahead. Good boy. I didn't even get to press the button. But it's a good idea to practice leash work as well and then off leash work. So that way he gets used to doing both throughout the day. If you just kind of focus on one for too long before doing the other, boy, then he may just feel like, especially for the leash work, may just feel like he can keep going until there's tension. And that's all I'm doing right now is when he hits the end of the leash. Good boy. Hi. Just adding in the vibration, and then also when I'm changing direction or if I need him to stop. Good boy. Good job. Didn't press anything there either. Trying to show it on camera when I do press. Good boy. He's pretty good about coming back anyways after he uses the bathroom. I was a little unsure of the plants there. So this yard here has a no potty sign, so we're going to go ahead and turn around. Good boy. So that time you can tell that he responded more to the leash pressure than the vibration on the collar. Right. So again. Good boy. There we go. So that was better, especially since there was something on the floor all the way over there too. So it's a good way that his parents can also help implement extra impact on things like leave it, or if he's, you know, about to mark inside, they don't have to run all the way over there. And it's just something extra on top of just that verbal command, right? Right now we're just using the vibration. Boy. And conditioning him for that, because if you really needed to later on down the road or continue having problems, then you can always up it to something stronger. That's going to be on the parents' discretion, and we can show them how to responsibly do that as well. Hold on, bud. And there you go. Okay, come on. This way. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good job. So you can really tell that time it was because he felt the vibration, because he didn't turn right away when I turned, and then he also didn't hit the end of the leash before responding. So that was good. Oh, no, they don't want dogs in their yard either. Come here, bud. Thank you. There's always going to be times to practice, and then there's going to be times when, if you already have a leash on him, to just go ahead and use that leash pressure to get him away from things. So here, he's walking forward. He's very interested. There we go. Good boy. Good job, big guy. I'm still trying to make it a positive experience for him. Just conditioning him to respond, as opposed to anything kind of negative, forceful. Especially at like a dog park too. Be an easy way to help. Good boy. Didn't do anything that time. Help to get his attention when he's distracted. And sometimes it's just a lot easier to get their attention with something physical, like a touch or a vibrate, as opposed to something like a verbal command, which is so very easy to ignore sometimes. Good boy. Didn't need anything that time either. And, okay, boy. Just removing another dog's profile from the collar, so that way it doesn't switch to his accidentally. Good boy. And these are really helpful, especially for huskies and faster breeds, shepherds, labs, dogs that you can definitely have a problem catching on foot if they did get away. So it'll also help you to track his location here. I was about to do it, but he came back on his own. Good boy. Use leash pressure there to keep him from going into the road. Good boy. And just like with his name practice, we want to have a good amount of time between doing it. Here's going to be a good one to make sure he doesn't make sure he doesn't cross the street. Trying to do both at the same time. This will be easier for most people that also will have a free hand. Boy. So go ahead and try that again. Yes, good boy. There we go. Very good. And so that's where I said, if you come across a situation when he does ignore it, adding in that leash pressure and conditioning the two at the same time. So we'll try that again. This time we'll do it without. Good boy. Come. Good, there you go, good. So the goal is, especially for this kind of practice, is to get him to just respond off of the collar and the vibrate and not need the leash. But especially because we're still training and he's still in those beginning stages, we want to have that safety line. One more time. Good. Keep pressing the other button. Alright, let's try this again. Good boy. Yes, there we go. Good boy. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and walk back and grab some more treats and drop off the camera, and I'm just gonna keep going around the block a couple times. I want to try to get as much of this practice in today as possible, just because it's gonna be raining all day tomorrow. So here we've got somebody on a bicycle too. Good boy, there you go. Good job. Almost needed the leash pressure, but didn't. And so you can see that it's a lot harder for him to just ignore a physical sensation as opposed to like a tone or something verbal. Just gonna use leash pressure there. Good boy. Do it one more time while changing direction. Good boy. One more time. There we go. Good boy. Yes. Good job. Did it without the leash that time. Good boy. Good job.